What do you think about the attention that LeBron's received the last couple of years and the scrutiny and people picking apart his game?
I think you should sit back and enjoy him.
Yeah?
Because I think he's one of the greatest to ever play our game. If you're a basketball fan, you got to sit back and go, wow, how did he do that? Or I always say, boy, I wish I had his speed.
Yeah.
You know, but some of the stuff that kid does out there, he's by far, you know, Kobe was always my favorite since I got out.
I don't like that, by the way.
But LeBron James is by far our best player in this league. I don't think there's really anyone next to him. I think he's there, then you go down the list.
You know, I like the game that's played now. I mean, I respect the players. You know, we had our run, and this is their time, and this is how they like to play their game, and it's like they like to be coached this way. I like to watch the game now. I like to see how it's played. A lot of people complain, but there's too many threes. I can remember a number of years ago, I was worried about the small guards. You know, when you see Magic Johnson come in at 6'9", and the taller guards, 6'6", 6'7", coming in, I was wondering where the 6'3" guys and 6'2" guys, where their place in our game was going to be. Well, all of a sudden, the three-point line opened up, and now, where's the big man going to be? You know, everybody's going smaller. You know, the one thing that I see happens often is you see these old broken down NBA players talking about their area and how great they were back then, and the players today are not as good as they were back then. That's crazy, man. I mean, obviously you haven't seen LeBron James the last 17, 18 years. You didn't see Klay Thompson score 37 points in one quarter, or you didn't see Klay Thompson, like I did, score 60 points in 32 minutes. Or obviously you don't see James Harden come down the lane getting ready to dunk on whoever's standing there. I mean, it's just amazing how these guys are playing the game today, and I couldn't be more prouder of them. The game's in a good place, and what I tell all these young players coming in today is keep the game the way you found it, and it can go on for generations to come.
You know, we just have to recognize that evolution is just a part of life, man. Like, you trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
Handshake, he wouldn't be able to do it.
Giannis,
neither would you. Neither would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s.
Quote, I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill, you know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skill.
There's plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from three. I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest three-point shooters ever.
Today's video is going to be a little bit of a short one, and it's also kind of a weird one. It's not typically something I talk about on this channel, but I thought it's something that needed to be said. If you ask me, Larry Bird is one of the select few greatest players in NBA history. But I don't just think he's a talented basketball player, but I also think he's a victim and a symbol of what's wrong with the basketball community today. As you guys saw in the intro of this video, there isn't a single old school player who pays more respect to this current generation of NBA players than Larry Joe Bird. Despite his ridiculous talent, and despite the fact that he was one of the best trash talkers of his era, it's pretty easy to see that he's also extremely humble and hasn't carried that ego beyond his NBA career. Yet for some reason, NBA fans, YouTubers, and basketball players continue to go after this guy as if he somehow offended them. A couple years ago, back when the whole "we're done with the 90s" trend was going around, a lot of young fans were justifying those shots at old school players due to the fact that a lot of former players are always saying nasty things about these current day athletes. And to a certain extent, they are right about that. Especially guys like Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, those guys are frequently taking aim at a lot of today's stars, calling them soft, calling their competition weak, and finding a whole bunch of other ways to diminish their talent and accomplishments. But the one guy who has never, ever done that is Larry Bird. To me, this is all the proof you need that all of the shots taken at former greats of NBA history was never about getting revenge for the way modern players are treated. Because if that was the case, why are you taking aim at Larry Bird? A guy who has done nothing but build up this current generation of NBA players and continues to go to bat for them every time they put a mic in front of his face. If y'all were honest about this, and that was actually the way you felt about these things, then this would be the one guy who was always off limits. But unfortunately, that isn't our reality. The truth is, whether you were a good player, an average player, a star player, or an NBA legend, in today's day, modern fans and players are taking aim at your legacy. But the harsh truth of the situation is that these legends are only with us for so long. In the past few days, I have been making a lot of videos about a lot of players that are no longer with us. So with that being said, I challenge you guys to see this as a humble reminder to appreciate the greats while we still have them. A guy like Larry Bird is half of the reason the NBA was saved in the 1980s. A guy like Larry Bird is a major factor in why so many NBA players are insanely rich in today's game. And a guy like Larry Bird is why basketball discourse today can still maintain at least a smidge of class while being surrounded by all the divisive vitriol. So what do you guys think? Has the basketball community gone too far by disrespecting players from various generations? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments section below. Shout out to the members as always for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.